What's up, YouTube? I'm Prodigy here, bringing you a brand new video. And today, guys, we got a 7 tips guide in ESO for beginners. So beginner's guide here today, and I'm gonna tell you guys just some quick tips to help your character out down the line. And these are just gonna be tips that I wish I knew when I first started the game, guys. So I really want you guys to keep that in mind. Now, I'm gonna be basing this off of as if you have nobody else to help you. I'm not gonna be telling you how to level up quickly or anything like that, because frankly, if you're starting a new character, you shouldn't be leveling up quickly the first time, guys. So without any further ado, guys, I'm gonna get right into the video and take these tips to heart, guys, because these are actually real tips and they will help you out down the line. And if you guys do not believe me, you will believe me down the line when you're struggling your ass off because you do not follow these tips, okay? So with that being said, guys, let me get right into the video here. First tip today we have is enchanting, guys. So when you're going throughout the world of wonderful Tamriel, you're gonna be killing mobs, and some mobs sometimes it will drop these things called glyphs, okay? And this is what they look like. Okay, you get like normal colors. Different colors represent different grades of glyphs. Yellow being the highest, purple being the second highest, blue being the next as well, and then green, and then white is the lowest. So NPCs drop white glyphs, okay, guys, and they look like this. And obviously, depending on the level, you'll get more XP for deconstructing them. But whenever you get one, you're gonna have to pick them up, right? Always pick up your glyphs, guys. This is probably one of the #1 tips I can possibly give you guys, okay? Because enchanting literally takes forever to level up, guys. And if you do not pick up these glyphs and deconstruct them, as quick as you can, and you're a solo player, and I'm assuming that you guys don't have anybody else to help you level up, and this is gonna be for those people who want to do everything themselves. This is it does not require anybody, which is what I like about this guide. Okay, you're gonna pick up all these glyphs, and you're just gonna take them, and you're gonna deconstruct them. And as you guys can see, I'm already max level, so for me, it doesn't give me any XP. However, you get a chance to get some rune stones from that, as well as XP. And the rune stones can be used to create glyphs as well. So let me just make a completely random one to see what I get here. So this would be poison resistance, for example, guys. But yeah, so you're going to hang on to those, and it'll make your life a lot easier down the line. Once you get enchanted to level 50, you can make your own glyphs instead of paying a lot of gold for them, because they are really expensive, guys. So you can get your own glyphs and make them yourself, and it'll save you a lot of gold down the line, as well as time too, because it takes a while to find enchanters sometimes. So yeah, guys, that is the first tip of the day, and on to the next tip right now. Alrighty, guys, we are here for the next tip, and the next tip is a tip that I cannot stress enough, and it might sound stupid to some of you guys. Maybe if you guys have a few champion points or so, or if you guys have gone through a little bit of the painstakingly long process of leveling up in the game. But I cannot stress this enough, guys, and I on everything, I cannot stress this enough. Do your major your major quest when you're leveling up. Do your major quest lines and stick to them. Don't just level up right away by grinding ads out. By doing the major quest lines, you're going to earn skill points, which you can use to purchase skills and passives within the game. And you're going to need a lot of them if you want to become a crafter, which you're going to have to if it's your first character. You should definitely start doing crafting right away. That is 100% true. You're going to want to level up a lot of different skills, so you're going to need a lot of skill points if you don't want to spend the gold constantly resetting all the time, which is the problem that I run into a lot on my other characters. Now, this is my first, and it was my main character. It's not anymore my main character. I barely ever play this guy anymore. However, this was my first character, so I got a lot of skill points on him, and I do not regret that. It is literally the best thing ever, guys. And when you get to end game, trust me, this will help a lot. It will save you a lot of gold, a lot of time, and it'll just overall be better for your account. Okay, so while you're going throughout the world, guys, and you find a major quest line that grants you skill points along the way, be sure to do them and level up your character slowly the first time. Don't just level up right away. Get some experience the game a little bit. Once you level up the first character, all the way by quest and all that, then, screw it. Definitely go all balls to the walls by leveling up ads and stuff, killing ads. But the quest lines that I would say to do are the Mage's Guild, Fighter's Guild, and then, of course, the main, skill lines, as well as the, there's other side ones that you can do. I'm pretty sure that there's, like, the Covenant one, the Ebonheart one, and then there's the Aldemary one. So do those major skill lines at least, guys, and get your skill points. And yeah, guys, that'll help you out a lot. That'll help you out a lot. Trust me down the line. This will help you out, and you will thank me later if you're just starting this game now, or you have a few champion points. So with that being said, guys, let's get right on to the next skill here right about now. Bang! Okay, guys, the next tip that I have for you to hear today is about researching. Okay, And this is sort of like a little bit more of a harder topic to cover because you guys won't really appreciate it as of now. This is more so for end game performance, so once you reach the maximum rank where you can wear any type of armor, any kind, any level. But this will help you out a lot down the line, okay? So when you like go up to a station here, you got the research tab, okay? And it allows you to go and research certain traits that you find on your weapons and armor. So, for example here, if you had like an infused axe, you could research this, and then you can craft the trait later on once you have it researched completely. And then certain sets require different amounts of traits in each armor / weapon piece, you know, to be able to create this set. So you're gonna need, for this specific set, for example, you're gonna need 3 things researched to be able to craft the the set piece. So in order to craft an axe, I would need at least 3 traits researched of the axe to be able to craft it. Right now I currently have 6. So right now I have 6, so I could craft it. In the mace I have more than 3, 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 and more than 3. So I could craft any type of weapon in this specific set, which is, it's not a good set, but I could craft it. Now guys, down the line, this is going to save you so much time if you start earlier. And believe me, I would even spend the coveted gold that you have just starting out as a character just to be able to research these traits, because you're going to need to research as many as you possibly can. And because once you reach, okay, so for example, say right now I have 6 traits in this. If I was to research training, prosperous, and then let's see here, yeah, training and prosperous, that would be all 8 traits, okay? Or main traits, right? Neuron is it's the hardest trait to get in the game, and you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to get it. But once you do that, get all 8 traits researched, it can take you 1 month. It will take you exactly 1 month in order to research this last trait with all of your points into researching and by reducing the time. So guys, this is definitely something to get into. Master crafters get paid a lot, guys. If you are a master crafter in this game, you can get paid a lot of gold. People literally make hundreds of thousands a day just crafting gear for people. It's amazing, and I really recommend that you do this so you do not have to be the person paying thousands of gold, and you can be the person charging thousands of gold. Trust me, it will save you time, it will save you money, and it'll just save you a lot of hassle down the line. So yeah, guys, that is the tip about researching. And trust me, guys, this is honestly a lot of these tips, guys. I'm telling you, this is what I wish I knew when I first started the game. Because when I first started the game, I barely researched anything. I'm not gonna lie, and now I really don't research anything still, because I have max gear myself, so I don't really have to research anything. However, if I did want to be a master enchanter, I'm like that level right below one. So like, if I did want to be a master crafter in, like, you know, say clothing for example, I need to probably get like 2 or 3 traits in like everything, more traits in everything, and it would just help out tremendously. So guys, get your researching done, get your armor pieces, research them, and let me show you what the trait is in certain armor. Okay, so for example, the trait of this pieces of legs is impenetrable, and it is a trait. That is the trait. It is impenetrable. It's not the max magicka, that's the enchantment. The trait is impenetrable, and there are 9 different traits in the game, guys. So yeah, that is just a little bit of back knowledge about this. I'm sorry if I didn't explain this too well. I don't know if anybody can brush this up in the comments. Maybe if you guys have any questions, or comment down below. I'll answer any questions about researching. But I felt like this was like a little bit of a harder topic to cover, because people don't really get it, like how important it is. So yeah, guys, that will be this tip. And alright guys, the next tip that I have for you here today is about armor. Okay, and now this is just going to be basically on how you progress each type of armor passively as you're leveling up in the game. And it'll just make switching your roles as a character a lot easier down the line if you choose to do so. So I'm just going to go through what each type does very briefly. Now this is just a generalization. This is not specifically bound to each type of armor. However, let me just get right into it here. If you're a heavy armor wearer, you're going to normally be a tank. If you're a medium armor wearer, you're going to be a stamina DPS. And if you're a light armor wearer, you're going to be a magicka DPS, okay? Now, all these passive here, they require a certain rank. For example, here, I don't have light armor all the way leveled up. And as you can see, I need to reach level 42 before I can get this passive. You know, and then level 50 before I can get the one after that, and get 2 out of 2 and get all the passives in light armor. And the way that you level up these skills, and really passively is you're going to level up your main type of skill really quickly. So for example, I'm a tank, so I'm wearing heavy armor right now. So I would wear 5 pieces of heavy armor, 1 piece of medium armor, and 1 piece of light armor. And by doing that, I will level up my main skill line, which would be my heavy armor, a lot quicker than the other two. However, I would still be leveling up the other two, light armor and medium armor. So down the line, if I ever do decide to switch down to a medium armor wear and become a stamina DPS, I can do so. And if I choose to become a light armor wear, I can become a magicka DPS. So yeah, guys, that'll just save you a little bit of gold down the line and a lot of time. It'll save you a lot of time because leveling this up is a hard process, leveling up armor. This is probably one of the longest things to level up in the game, actually. So leveling this up passively by just doing basically nothing, by wearing 1 piece of light, 1 piece of medium, and 5 heavy in my case, I mean, that's just a great deal, and you can't go wrong with it. So how you would do this is you would wear in my case, you would wear a heavy 5-piece heavy, and you would wear that on the feet, legs, hands, belt, and chest. And then you would wear a medium armor helmet, and then you would wear a light armor shoulder. And then if you were a stamina DPS, you would wear 5-piece medium on these same pieces, and then you would wear a heavy armor head, and you would wear a light armor shoulder. And then if you wear a light armor wear or a magicka DPS, you would wear the casual 5 light, and then you would wear a heavy helmet and a medium shoulder. So yeah, guys, that is just a tip on how to level that up quickly and passively. Do this in case you ever want to switch down the line. I switched this character up a bunch. Originally, I started out as a stamina DPS, but however, now I'm a tank, and I could switch to a tank because I leveled up my passives that way by doing the 5-1-1 armor setup. So yeah, guys, that is this tip, and on to the next one. Alright guys, the next tip I have for you here today is a very brief and minor tip. However, it will be beneficial to you down the line. So as you're leveling up your character, you gotta go 1 through 50, level 1 to level 50, before you can start earning champion points. And champion points cap out at 600 champion points, and they just constantly progress once you pass level 50. But while you're going to level 50, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to level up your skill lines, okay? And by doing so, you're gonna want to slot 1 skill from each of your main class skill lines right here. So as you can see under the category class, you're going to want to slot at least 1 skill until you level up all of these skill lines to level 50. So you're going to want to slot at least 1 skill on the bar that you are actually killing enemies on to earn XP. And then that should level up these skill lines and allow you to earn passives in each skill line. And it will be really beneficial to you down the line because, again, guys, this is sort of like the armor passives. It takes a long time to level up, guys, if you do not do this while you're just constantly leveling up 1 through 50. So that should save you some time down the line. And the more skills that you have in one specific tree, now this can be any tree, this can be weapons, this can be armor, this can be world, this can be guild, assault, crafting. Well, crafting doesn't have any skills, but you get the point. So it can be like from any skill line. You can just slot as many skills. The more skills that you have slotted, the more XP you're going to get towards that tree, and the quicker you're going to level it up. So for example, if I had, say, all 6 skills from the Dragonic Power skill line right here, obviously you wouldn't, but if you did, you will level it up insanely fast if you were getting the normal XP that you would get from just grinding out ads or just from doing quests. So yeah, guys, that is one tip to level up your skill lines. It'll save you a lot of time down the line if you guys need passives, and you should get your passives, guys. Don't miss out on passives. They're beneficial to your type of character. Definitely get the passives for it. But yeah, guys, that is this tip, and I think we have 2 more tips on the way here, so let's get ready. Alright, guys, and the next tip I have for you is going to be about critical resistance, okay? So as you guys know, you guys can get traits on your armor, and one of the traits is actually called Impenetrable. And it allows you to get 249 critical resistance as a purple quality, and that will allow you to take less damage from critical attacks. Now, any NPC cannot deal a critical attack against you. Only players can. So this only takes effect in PvP. So in Cyrodiil. Now, the reason you're going to want this is because players, obviously, if they run a high crit build in Cyrodiil, they're going to deal a lot of damage if you do not have on Impenetrable. Now, so for every single piece of armor in PvP, you're going to want to have the trait of Impenetrable. Now, the only exception in the game, the only class that is an exception to this, is a Magicka Sorcerer. If you play a Sorcerer class and you are a Magicka build, the only exception is you can wear Infused on your big pieces, which count for a bigger enchantment on your head, your chest, and your legs. And you can get away with doing an Infused trait and then all Impenetrable after that. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I have Wolf Fitted on one of my pieces. However, if this was critical, that would be even better. Yeah, the critical resistance one, impenetrable. But so yeah, guys, so you are going to want impenetrable on all of your gear for every single trait in PvP. And then if you are a Magic Sorcerer, you're going to want infused on your head, your chest, your legs, and then impen on all of the other ones. So you guys, that's a quick tip right there. And on to our final tip, and then we'll wrap up the video. So stay tuned for the next tip right now. Alright guys, and the last and final tip of the day will be your attributes. Okay, so as you guys level up, you obviously see these things, and they're your attribute points. Now you can either put them into Magicka, Health, Stamina, and so you gotta pick one of the three. Now, how do you allocate these? A lot of people are gonna ask. And if you are a Magicka build, I'm just gonna tell you straight up exactly how you do this. If you're a Magicka build, all 64 goes into Magicka. Guaranteed. Don't even think anything of it. All 64 go into Magicka. If you're a Stamina build, all 64 go into Stamina. Now, I would say plus or minus, not plus or minus, obviously. So either put all 64 into Magicka, all 64 into Stamina, depending if you're Magicka or Stamina build. And then you can do maybe like 5 points into health if you feel like your health is actually too low. But other than that, all points into Magicka, all points into Stamina. Straight up, that is definitely what it is. If you're a Magic build, you really probably don't want any health. You just definitely going to want to stay with the Magicka. But if you're Stamina one, you can put a little bit of health points if you really want to, but I do not recommend it. If you are a tank, you don't have to put 64 points into health. It is purely dependent on your build. Now guys, there are a lot of builds out there for tanks, and I highly recommend that you go look some up before you actually do your allocate your attributes to a tank character, because tanks can have all sorts of different setups for this. My tank in specific has all my points into Stamina. However, a lot of tanks have all their points into health. Some have a lot of points into Magicka as well. So really, that is all dependent on the type of tank build that you are running. But yeah, guys, that is the gist of it. That is how you allocate attribute points. It's really simple, and it's a really simple topic, guys. I just wanted to throw that in there in case you guys wanted to just have a little bit of knowledge on that. But anyways, guys, this has been the quick tips video. Hopefully I did a little bit well in the tutorial here. I haven't done too many tutorials, so it probably sounds really bad, but take these tips to heart. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them back. On the road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. When we get hit 1,000, we're going to do a giveaway. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. All you new levels, stick with the game. It gets funner as you progress and level up your character. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. Remember, there is a no CP campaign, so you don't got to struggle with people who have 700 champion points like me if you do want a PvP. But yeah, guys, that is the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And as always, YouTube, this has been your boys, Prodigy. And peace.